Hello. In this video, we want to find the exact value of each function. Cosine negative 60 degrees, sine 7 pi over 6, and tangent of negative 240 degrees. Okay, so to do this one, we're also going to have to figure out some more special angles on the unit circle. To do that, we're going to look at the 30, 60, 90 right triangle. Now, the 30, 60, 90 right triangle can look something like this. There we go. Let's just call this one 60 degrees. This one would be 30 degrees, and of course, the right angle. Good. Now, on our particular unit circle, we're going to have that as 1. And what I want to know is, what are these? Well, it's actually kind of hard to figure this one out. So instead of doing it this way, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and draw another right triangle this way. There we go. Again, a right triangle. This would be 60 degrees. That would be 30 degrees. And notice that this is now, it wasn't really drawn to scale, but this is now a 60 degree, 60 degree, 60 degree triangle that we drew here. So this is technically an equilateral triangle. Notice that that side is 1. And because this is an equilateral triangle, if this side is 1, this side is 1, this entire side is 1. But what that tells me is that this half a side there is a half, and that half a side there is a half as well. And what I want to know is, what is that right there? What's that height there? Or the altitude, if you will. Well, because this is in fact a right triangle, x squared plus 1/2 squared equals 1. And we can solve. So x squared plus 1/2 squared equals 1 squared. So x squared plus 1/4 equals 1, which means x squared equals 3/4. So x equals either plus or minus, doesn't really matter, square root of 3 over 2. I took the square root of both sides there. So x is the square root of 3 over 2. Good. Now, here's the thing. On the unit circle, looking at these, we've got those. That's fine. We know those coordinates. I want to look, first of all, at the 30 degree. Now, if this is 30 degrees, that means that this is 1 right there. So if we go back up here, we have the 1. We have the 30 degrees. Notice I want to know this right here and that right there would then be this corresponding side, because if this is 30, that's the right angle, that's the 60 degrees right there. And notice there's the 60 degrees, so this y value here is 1/2. So there. And we need to know, what is this distance here? Well, this distance here is this distance here, which would be the x value of square root of 3 over 2. And there you go. That would be that coordinate. Notice, though, that if we do 60 degrees instead of 30 degrees, which would be right there, so I'm making that 60 degrees, that would make this to be 30 degrees, and that would be 90. And basically, everything would switch around, making this 1/2 comma root 3 over 2. And notice that we know those values already, so we're good. And also notice that we know this 45 degrees here. That would be root 2 over 2, comma root 2 over 2. Excellent. And of course, this would be 0, 1, and 1, 0. Sorry, yeah, 1, 0 there. Everything else, we can actually just reflect these and get the other angles and go from there. And that's pretty much it. So we want to find the exact value of each function, cosine of negative 60 degrees. Well, let's draw a small circle here. Okay, negative 60 degrees means we start here and go down. I want to know what is that coordinate, and it's cosine, so cosine is the x-coordinate. Now notice that 60 degrees is the same as this 60 degrees, that if we reflect that down here, notice that this coordinate here would be still the same x value, but the y value would change to negative 3 over 2. So 1/2 negative root 3 over 2. Good. Now it's cosine, so of these two, we only worry about the half, which tells me the cosine here is going to be 1/2. So cosine of negative 60 degrees is 1/2. Good. Sine of 7 pi over 6. Now, over 6, if you think of this pi, if it's over 6, we're looking at the 30-degree angles. Because in a single pi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to get 6 of things, 180 over 6 is 30. So each of those is in 30-degree increments. So 7 pi over 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, go one more. 7 pi over 6 is right there. So 7 pi over 6 here, something like that. I want to know what that is, but that's, again, with this 30 degree, and it's this one. So I'm going to reflect this one across the y-axis and also across the x-axis. Reflecting across the y gives us the x to be negative. Reflecting across the x gives us the y to be negative. So both of these change their signs, which means that this coordinate here would be negative root 3 over 2, negative 1/2. So for this one up here, wow. There we go, close enough. Let's move it up. There we go. That coordinate, negative root 3 over 2, negative 1/2, and it's sine, so I need the y value, and the y value is negative 1/2. So here, we get negative 1/2 out of it. Good. Now tangent of negative 240 degrees. 0 degrees, negative 90, negative 180, negative 270. So it's 60 degrees more than this right here. So it's going to be that angle right there. And notice that that angle right there is a reflection of that one right there, which gives us negative 1/2 positive root 3 over 2. So over here, let's go to this one. There we go. So negative 1/2 positive root 3 over 2. Excellent. And we're working with tangent, so it's the y over the x. So we have root 3 over 2. Wow. I cannot draw 3. Divided by negative 1/2. Notice the two 2's cancel, and we're left with negative root 3 over 1, or just negative root 3. So tangent of negative 240 degrees is negative square root of 3. Awesome. Well, I believe that's it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and I will see you in the next one. Have fun.